This is Primetime Sports, WGNS Murfreesboro, on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, streaming worldwide on WGNSSports.com, and always at the game. The game.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
WGNS Primetime Sports is proud to bring you tonight's featured game on State Farm Prep Sports. TAB award-winning veteran broadcasters Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and the Primetime Sports team are standing by to take you to the game. Now, let's get to tonight's prep game on News Radio WGNS.
And good evening from Siegel High School. We've got baseball action for you tonight. Siegel lost earlier today to Farragut, and by a score of 1-0. Therefore, they were pushed down into the losers bracket. They'll be facing the Independence Eagles tonight, right here on WGNS State Farm Prep Sports. I'm John Dinkins along with Brian Barrett on the Primetime Sports Countdown to First Pitch, sponsored by the Law Offices of John Day. They've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. If you've been injured, call the Law Offices of John Day for a free consultation. We're going to go quickly into the starting lineups, brought to you by Fan Seating and Air Winners Trophies and JHA Company. And here with those lineups is Brian.
All right, both of these teams are here by virtue of one-run losses to the hands of Farragut. For Independence, Carter Cumming will catch and bat first, batting second, Lucas Penland. He will play second base as well. Batting third, Caleb Carpenter, the DH. And in the fourth slot, it will be Cross Lahun, and he is the right fielder. Cash Money will bat fifth and play first. Caleb King in left field batting sixth. Batting seventh, Drew Manship. He will play at third. And batting eighth, Hunter Reed, the center fielder. Batting ninth, Christopher Schlotsky, and he will play short. The pitcher is Bryce Giddens. They're DHing for him. Independence will be the visiting team here by virtue of the coin toss that took place earlier. Cumming, Penland, Carpenter, Lannon, Money, King, Manship, Reed, Schlotsky. Skolasky, maybe. Skolasky, that's what it looks like. Okay. Now for the Siegel Stars of Craig Revis, Drew Hostetler. He is going to play center and bat first, batting second. Tristan Thornton, the catcher, batting third will be Trey Baker, the shortstop. Jack Pensick will play right and bat cleanup. Ryan Russell is DHing in the 5-hole. It's Jackson Barrett pitching and batting sixth. Batting seventh, Chandler Patterson. He will play third base. Batting eighth, Josh Duggan, the first baseman. And batting ninth will be Jackson Zeltner. And again, he's in left field. Chance Mosley, they're DHing for him. He is playing second base. So Hostetler, Thornton, Baker, Pensick, Russell, Barrett, Patterson, Duggan, Zeltner. Your lineup for the Siegel Stars. And there you go, your starting lineups. JHA Company, also Fans Heating and Air, and Winners Trophies. And John, it gets... not that every game is not serious, but it gets real serious now. You got to win or the season's over. So kind of elimination games here throughout the rest of the season here for Siegel.
Yeah, win or go home. And when you look at it that way, though, sometimes I think it takes the pressure off, because what have you got to lose, you know? Yeah. And we are going to have our Rick's Barbecue County Roundup while Jax is getting in his warm-up tosses. And, Brian, it's kind of a – I want you to kind of summarize what has happened in the last, couple of days here in about 2 minutes. Can you do that?
I can. I've actually.
And where we're going. How about that?
Started to write a little bit about that. Blackman baseball ended their season in the Elite Eight, dropping 2 games in the state tournament, but got here for only the third time in school history. Stewart's Creek softball's bid at returning to the championship game and being runner-up falls short. They finish in the Final Four this afternoon after a tough loss to Green Hill. You've got Eagleville baseball. They were winners, and so they're sitting back and they're waiting to see who comes through this same game over at Eagleville to come back and play through and play them. It was Eagleville softball winning against Joe Burns to eliminate Joe Burns and put themselves in the championship game in softball in Single A. And outside of the, stick and ball sports, we've got, others going. I think Rick LaLance still going in Siegel tennis and track and field going on. So a lot going on around the county.
All right, that brought to you by Rick's Barbecue, and we'll do a little ad for them in just a second here, okay, during the break.
Well, John, I guess it's time to take it away.
Let's get started here. Carter Cumming, the catcher for Independence, will lead it off. Left-handed hitter and swing and a foul back to the screen. And it's 0-1, and we're underway at 4:53 is what I have.
Yes.
Barrett, a sophomore, pitched well his last time out.
Everybody a little anxious to get these games going, I think.
Pitch is down low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's amazing to me that we started yesterday, and here we are. It just seems like it's been a week full.
And there's a pitch. It's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sun glaring down on that scoreboard is a little tough.
Yeah.
Barrett winds, kicks, and fires. Here's the pitch. Swung on. There's a grounder through the right side and a base hit. So a leadoff single for Carter Cumming. And he's down there at first base. That brings up Lucas Penland, the second baseman.
Now batting second baseman, number 14, Lucas Penland.
It's really strange that both of these teams lost to Farragut to get in this situation they're in right now tonight.
And both by 1 run.
Right. So what, they lost 3-2 and we lost 1-0, right?
Yes.
Throw over, runner back. Duggan's over at first, catching that ball there. Mosley at second. Baker's over at short. Patterson at third. Zeltner, Hostetler, and Pensick in the outfield. And Thornton behind the plate. And Jackson Barrett on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, or swing and a foul tip anyway. 0-1.
Both teams in this game 1-1. And you've got to be 2-1 to move on. And Farragut awaits. And whoever faces Farragut, whether it's Siegel or Siegel, just put it that way, will have to win 2 games tomorrow. But we've watched the Stars do that before en route to the 2016 state championship.
We've got that little gem in our pocket, don't we?
Yep.
0-1 the count.
It's been done.
Runner at first, and the throw over, and he's back.
And honestly, John, there was a team in that bracket that everybody thought, this is your state champion. There's no way Siegel's going to beat Summit. And they did twice.
The 0-1 pitch, breaking pitch, swung on, foul back, and he's got him in the hole now. No balls, 2 strikes. Guess who's here? Murph.
Where's Waldo?
Well, he's sitting in front of us this time.
Yeah, he just pops his head up like a mole rat.
0-2 pitch, had a good cut, fouled it back. Jackson started the year with a little bit of arm trouble and didn't get to pitch a whole lot early in the year, but he's really come around as of late. Also plays third base.
I remember we talking to Craig at the beginning of the season. It was like, well, we've got these pitchers, but these we're hoping we'll be able to get back. And it was quite the long list, but looks like most of them have worked their way back in.
0-2 the count. The pitch from Barrett. That pitch is up high, and high pop-up. Who's got it? Who's going to call it? And it's going to be Patterson for the out. Got a little scary there for a second. 1 away, the runner stays at first.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 4,
Boy, that
Caleb
one
Carpenter.
almost went into orbit. It was hit so high.
It was high. I don't think Jackson wanted it. I think his neck was about as far high as he could get it. Here is Caleb Carpenter, the designated hitter. Cumming still down at first. Pitch is inside. Almost nipped him. 1 ball, no strikes. So we mentioned you can't find any better weather than you've had these last 2 days. Throw over, runner back. In fact, it's a little warm right now down there.
A little bit.
Little
got
breeze.
a nice breeze throwing through here.
The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, foul back out of play. Count even at a ball and a strike.
after the umpires and the coaches met at home plate, I did see Craig go back to the dugout, you know, feeling the wind and just trying to figure out which direction it was coming from, and I meant to look. Looks like it's blowing out to right.
320 down that right field line. Swing and a miss. And the count goes now to 1-2.
Here we go, Caleb. Woo!
Baird working from the stretch. Cumming, who's a catcher, does not get a runner for him. He's out there. Throw over, he's back.
It's rare.
I know you caught some of the game earlier today. That had to be a really good ball game defensively too.
Yeah, I think the big inning that made a big difference there, he had the bases loaded and hit right to the first baseman, I think, and instead of 3-0, Siegel, it wound up staying scoreless, and they get a run in the top of the 7th, I think it was.
Swung on and fouled back. Still 1-2 now, the count.
I was talking to the old pro, Dick Palmer, who came out to watch some of this game. He watched about 6 innings of it, I think.
Well, he's a baseball guy.
He wanted
it out of his blood.
He wanted the lowdown on, you know, the press box here.
The boy just barely stayed alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's going to be doing the broadcast of the 3A championship game for TSSAA. I'd say you couldn't find someone who's seen more baseball than Dick.
Runner going, throw down, and he is safe. Goes out into center field, but Hostetler there to back it up.
Good hustle.
2 balls, 2 strikes, I believe.
Yeah, this has been the longest at bat.
One out, now the runner at second with that stolen base.
I think maybe they had to use different bulbs on the scoreboard just to pay for Sean Middleton's, you know, little stipend. And all he does is walk around. I mean,
He hits infield, man. What are you talking about? I asked him.
Now, if it were
I asked him
Intricate-
yesterday how many jackets of schools does he have in his closet. I think it was like 30 something. Here's the pitch. That was just a little inside, and we've gone full here.
he said that he could clothe you for probably a good year in Smyrna gear and about that in Siegel gear now.
3-2 the count. Coming at second. 1 out. Carpenter steps back in there. Look at the runner, the pitch. And he walked him. Well, that was a good at bat by Carpenter for sure. And he's down there at first with a walk.
Well, I mean, in 2 batters, Jackson Barrett has already thrown 16 pitches.
And the batter is Cross Lawhan, the right fielder. Left-handed batter steps in. So Barrett in first inning trouble. Here's the pitch. Got a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Right in on his hands. Good pitch. There's not anything much he could have done with that pitch, even if he swung at it. One out, runners get their lead. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Jackson looks into the sign to Thornton. Here's a big pitch. Oh, that was close. Very close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Correct me if I'm wrong on the balls and strikes, because I literally can't see it.
I think
from
it's
my
1
angle.
and 2.
1 and 2, okay. After I looked, I said, I think that is a 1.
1 and 2, yeah.
Pitch, liner into center field, a base hit. Now Cumming had to hold up, so they're going to have the bases loaded and 1 out. Kind of a soft liner that it was a good effort by Mosley, but just out of his reach, and now they're full of Eagles.
Here comes the
Now
money.
batting first baseman number 23, Cash Money.
Here we go. Here comes the money.
Well, if you're Jackson Barrett, this is not the scenario you wanted to see necessarily.
Let's go, Cash.
Cash Money is the batter. I hope his name doesn't ring true to his hitting.
Maybe he'll go bankrupt on this at bat.
The pitch from the full windup, it's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. There's nothing been really like line drive kind of hits.
No.
Just kind of bloopers. The pitch. Outside, 2-0. No place to put him. 2 hits in the inning and a walk. There's 1 out.
Go 2-3.
Here's the wind and the pitch. That should be, called it a ball too.
Good eye. Good eye.
Got an extra pair of spectacles if anybody needs one.
I could use some actually for the scoreboard, but
I can't help you with that. I
oh,
don't
okay.
think.
3-0 though.
They're not binoculars.
The pitch. Walked him and walked in a run.
Here you go, King.
And it's 1-0 Independence.
Let's go, King.
Now batting left fielder number 10, Caleb King.
So going to third is Carpenter. Lawhun goes to second, and Money is at first.
Here we go, Caleb.
And Thornton goes out to talk to Jackson.
Got the ball in, buddy.
Need an out.
And here's Caleb King, another left-handed hitter, to face Barrett.
King.
He's going to work from the stretch this time with the bases loaded. Swung on. There's a line drive into left center field. It's going to drop. 1 run is in. 2nd run scores. It's 3-0. Going to second is Lawhun. Let's see. Carpenter
Next third
scored.
baseman number 15, Drew Manship.
And Lawhun.
Lawhun scored. And going to second is Money. And that's a single and an RBI for Caleb King. 2 RBIs, actually.
Here we go, Drew.
And it's 3-0.
5. Go, Drew.
So Independence gets on the board quickly here. The pitch. There's a strike called. 0-1. So runners are at first and second. Still only 1 out, Brian. And again,
Yeah.
we mentioned that we need that out.
This is kind of an anomaly because Farragut scored the first run on Siegel in a long, long time just last game, and now already 3 on the board for Independence.
Swing and a miss. Out in front, 0-2.
Here we go, Drew. Put it in play. You got this. 1-5.
And Jackson wants them to go over the signs again.
Here we go, 1-5.
This is Drew Manship. The pitch. Outside.
Drew, good eye.
Can't seem to get that 3rd strike call. He's had 2 strikes on a lot of them.
Man, shift.
Well, he's been right there.
Wine in the pitch. Oh, he went that time. That's a strikeout. And Manship goes down. First strikeout. 2 away now.
Now
In the
batting
inning.
center fielder number 9, Hunter Reed.
And here's Hunter Reed, the center fielder. 3-0. If you just joined us here with Independence on top. And the pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 0-1.
Come on, Reed.
Need to get this out. And the pitch. Swung on. There's a high fly into right field. It's going to drop. It's going to score another run. It's 4-0. And going down to second on the throw is Reed. Single and an RBI. Money scores. King goes to third.
Up next, shortstop number 19.
And down at second
Pulaski.
is Reed. Again, that ball was not just smoked. It was just out there in the right spot. Four runs in here.
You got this 1-9.
It's not like they're getting to the warning track and then,
No,
dribbling
no.
away. I mean,
Between
long
two
runs.
outfielders or anything like that.
Yeah.
Pitch is outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
You don't want that.
So early in the game, Siegel's got a road to climb, uphill road, but it's really early. That's the good news. The pitch, swung on, foul back, out of play. The ball and strike.
You got this. Go, Chris.
This is Christopher Skolaski. That's how we're saying it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Swing and a miss. Think of the Scholastic magazine. Remember that in grade school?
I do. I don't think even my kids knew what that was, though. They used to have book fairs and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
It was fun.
Go, Chris.
1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Just outside.
You don't want
2
that.
balls, 2 strikes. 36 pitches in this inning.
Yeah, it's been a long one, hasn't it?
Barrett needs one more out to get out of it. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's the second strikeout of the inning. But they get 4 runs, Independence does, on 4 hits. There were 2 walks and a couple left. We've played the top half of the first. We're going to the bottom of the first. Siegel got to get some runs early here. Independence 4, Siegel nothing here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here. This pizza is only $7.99. No way. This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza, pizza.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game today brought to you in part by Bowen's Body Shop. From dings and dents to full body work, they do it all, and they will do it right. You know, sometimes you cut corners. Well, you're not going to get that with Bowen's Body Shop. They're out on Middle Tennessee Boulevard. If you're in a fender bender, just make sure you say, I want Bowen's Body Shop to take care of that for me.
Bryce Giddens on the mound for Independence, a right-hander, and he's staked to a 4-0 lead. He's got Cumming catching for him. Money's over at first, Penland at second, Skolaski at short, Manship at third. King, Reed, and Lawson are the outfielders for Independence.
Boy, Giddens has to be giddy to get out there on the mound and already have a 4-run lead.
Really? You're going with that?
Yeah, I thought I would.
Oh. But you kind of... You did okay with Cash Money, but that wasn't as good.
Well, I'll take it to the bank.
Here's Drew Hostetler. Swung on, foul back, out of play. Hostetler with a couple of hits last night. Don't know what he did in this first game today, but good player. Center fielder, good speed. The wind and the pitch. Swung on. There's a fly ball to center field. And camping under it over there is Reed, and there's the first out of the inning. Drew doesn't get robbed, does he?
No.
When he swings the bat. One away, that brings up Tristan Thornton.
He was 0 for 3 in that first game, Thornton, with a walk. Russell and Barrett and Duggan were the ones with hits.
Pitch is a strike called, 0-1. Giddens winds, and now the pitch. Liner to second, and that's 2 away.
Boy, that's happened to them all day. Just hit it right. 2 people.
Brings up Trey Baker, the shortstop.
Now batting shortstop, number 19, Trey Baker.
2 out, nobody on for Trey. See if we can get something going with 2 out here. Here's the wind and the pitch. Trey's another one that doesn't get robbed either. He hits the ball, he hits it. 1 ball, no strikes. Big right-handed hitter. The pitch. Outside. 2-0. And Giddens with the pitch. Swing, got a piece of it. Fouled it back, 2-1. Well, we've not had good news today. We hope it doesn't continue tonight. But Eagleville the winners, though. Swinging a foul tip again. That's off of the catcher's mask. Stewart's Creek lost in a tough one. And Blackman lost 6-1. What's it? That Stewart's Creek score was what, 14-2?
That's right.
Something like that.
Yeah. Green Hill has definitely been, I think, what they would have played 3 games.
Yeah, their power too is
scored 15 and 15 and 8.
They've got some sticks for sure. Here's a looper, and it's caught by the second baseman. Trey Baker gets robbed, and that's it. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. We've completed 1. It's Independence 4, Siegel nothing.
Local business owners, you know how important it is to be here for your customers. I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and I run a small business in Rutherford County too. I'm here to help you protect your small business. Call me at 615-900-0877.
At State Farm, when home and auto work together as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. Give me a call at 615-873-1700, and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Ring Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Be sure to tune in for the countdown to first pitch, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. After the game, it's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air post-game show. The number of pregame shows is down to a matter of days before the 2024-25 season is in the books, but we know we'll have something tomorrow. It depends on outcomes of some games today. And we may have something for you even on Saturday, depending on an outcome tomorrow. So, or maybe 2 outcomes tomorrow.
Leading off for Independence, catcher number 11, Carter.
And we're going to start off. They batted around that first inning, and there's Carter Cumming again. Singled and scored stole a base in the first inning. What we need here, Brian, is a really good, quick inning.
Yeah, maybe a 3 up, 3 down. Let Mosley catch a couple of liners.
Pitch is a strike called. Good pitch there. Not only could the team use it, Jackson could use it as well. Nods in agreement, they were ready. The 0-1. Another strike, 0-2. The job here is to hold them at 4. The pitch into the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He did have 2 strikeouts in that first inning.
You know, I was pleasantly surprised on the way over here today. The traffic wasn't bad at all. Here's a line drive into right center field. That's trouble. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Looked like he hit a breaking pitch, and Cumming is in there with a double.
Now 2 for 2 for him today.
Up next, second baseman number 14,
And here's Lucas
Penland.
Penland popped out in the first. Really good chance he'll be bunting here. We'll see.
Here we go, LP.
We talk about Jackson Barrett, but he's had many occasions where he's had 2 strikes on the hitters.
Well, that strike zone was a little narrow at times.
So Penland steps in there, the pitch, and he is kind of drag bunting, sort of, and it's foul. He didn't really square, did he? He just kind of dragged his bat. 0-1 the count. The goal is to get him to third, however way he can get him there. Patterson comes in and dug in it a little bit, even with the grass, expecting that bunt. The pitch. He pops it up into shallow center and right field, and it drops. Again. And I don't think they saw them drop the ball out there, but.
Well, it did us a favor.
Yeah, runners at first and third. Penland with a hit. And that was not a laser either.
No, I mean.
Hit them where they ain't.
Number 4, Caleb Carpenter.
Fallen, I mean, it's unbelievable. They're just spraying it all over the place, but it's not like, you know, they're up against the wall or anything. If anything, they're just barely in the outfield sometimes here.
Caleb Carpenter, the batter, walked and scored his first time. So Jackson Barrett in another mess. Runners at first and third, nobody out.
They're kind of taking advantage of this wind here, too. It's blowing out that way to the right.
I just don't think the contact is as solid as to have this many hits.
No.
There's 6 hits on the day now. I'm trying to add up. Yeah, here we go. 6. He struck out 2. A little bit of a delay for Carpenter, but he's ready. Can't get too far behind in this one, Brian.
No.
The pitch popped up and out of play, 0-1.
I mean, I'm not sure that I'm much more comfortable any more runs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's already a tough hill to climb. And after seeing Giddens, he only threw 9 pitches and got 3 outs.
Throw over, runner back.
That's pretty good efficiency, isn't it? 9
Not
pitches,
bad.
3 outs.
0-1. Here's the pitch. There's a liner to second. Could he get 2? They do.
Yes, sir.
They needed that. It's a double play, a line out. And Penland is picked off. Straying off the bag too far.
Now batting right fielder number 34,
So
Cross
2 needed
Lawhon.
outs, and here's Cross Lawhon. He singled and scored in the first. Well, they did exactly what we wanted them to do, didn't they?
Yeah.
Get that double play. Now we got to get this guy.
Going to be Aiden Zortic running over
For
at
coming.
third. Yeah.
Go 1-1. No, 3-4.
Yeah, he's got to get his gear on. The pitch. Liner into center, and it's going to fall. And that run scores after all. And it's 5-0. They give him an RBI. And Lawhun is at first.
Again, it looked like, John, that was going to be a fairly routine play for Hostetler, but it's almost like it just doesn't get there. I don't know. It's strange.
5-0. There's a pitch, shot to third. Nice play by Patterson. Forced to second. He robbed him of a hit right there. 5-4 on the putout, but they do get one run on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left. We're going to the bottom of the second. It's not good news so far. Independence 5, Siegel nothing here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive offers complete tax preparation, financial, and bookkeeping services.
This is Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service. We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service reminds you that it makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We've been serving Rutherford County since 1988.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
We're just off Memorial Boulevard at 142 Heritage Park Drive.
We're talking with Anne-Marie Brents at Rick's Barbecue on Warrior Drive.
Our sandwiches are very popular. Our pork and our chicken are probably most popular pulled meats. We have spare ribs. They're delicious. They fall off the bone good. We don't put sauce all over our meat.
And that's so you can choose mild or hot sauce or their signature white sauce.
White sauce is our special kind of secret sauce. It's delicious. It's kind of got a kick to it, but it's not too spicy.
Barbecue smoked chicken, ribs, loaded baked potatoes. Check out Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game on 101.9, 100.5, WGNS, WGNSradio.com, and Big G TV, brought to you in part by Fans Heating and Air, Middle Tennessee Electric, Sir Pizza, and Bowen's Body Shop.
And Jack Pensick going to lead it off, the right fielder for the Stars, and the cleanup hitter will be followed by Russell, then Barrett. Giddens pitch, outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Time to get the bats warmed up here in the second inning. Wine in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Although they did hit the ball fairly well in that first inning.
Yeah.
The pitch. Nipped that outside corner.
Independence through the first 2 innings. 14 batters. This is only Siegel's 4th at bat.
There's a swing, and there's a shot to second. And the hurdle throw, not in time. And Pensick going to be running down there, and he'll be at second. Give him a single and an error. E6, or the E4, excuse me. It looked like that Penland maybe took 1 step too many to get back to make that throw.
Well, he also made the throw in midair, right?
Yeah.
And
I thought he took another step, though. After he grabbed it, he took another step, and I didn't think it was necessary.
Before the spin?
Yeah, and then he pirouetted and
made it kind of a wild throw.
And that's going to bring up Ryan Russell, the designated hitter. So our first base runner and our first hit, and I'm happy as I can be. Let's see if we can get him in. 5-0 Independence here in the bottom of the second.
Need to match their big inning.
Giddens pitch. Swinging a foul back out of play. Somebody asked me today, I heard your voice today. It sounded like you kind of need some throat spray. I said, I know. It happens to me this time of year every year. Pollen in the air. Or he maybe he wanted me to shut up. I'm not really sure. 0-1. Pitch is down low, I guess.
It could be the 60 hours on the air this week.
Might be. 1-1 the count. Giddens working from the stretch. And he has really slowed down since he's had a runner. And here's the pitch. Bouncer second. And it's bobbled. We could use that too. E4, and that's 2 now on him. Been a rough inning for Penland so far. So Russell reaches. Pensick goes to third.
Jackson Barrett.
And runners at first and third, and nobody out. Jackson Barrett with a chance to help his own cause here.
He had one of, I think, 3 hits in the Farragut game. If I remember, just took a peek at the stats a second ago.
Hit the ball well last night, too.
Hold them off, boys.
Giddens looking in the pitch. Swing and a miss.
More of those. He wants that.
Barrett was going for deep.
Yes, he was.
0-1 the count.
He swung that with such force, there was a little contrail followed it around.
Here's a pitch, and he lines one into right, and he is going to drive in a run. And with nobody out, we got it going here now. It's 5-1. Going to second is Russell. And Barrett is on with a single and an RBI.
Challen Patterson.
Second hit of the inning. Here's Challen Patterson, the third baseman. Got a runner for Barrett.
All right, Eagles, stop him here.
That's Colson Underwood.
That was a nice swing by Barrett, just kind of lined it into right. There's a pitch strike called.
John, sometimes when you have a game, they just played the game with Farragut and the bats were not as lively. Sometimes that can be carryover effect, but hopefully that's not the case here.
Well, the errors have helped here in this inning, and maybe that'll get us going. We have one run in. Here goes that breeze you were talking about.
Yeah, it feels good, too.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Outside. And it's 2-1.
Think about Giddens. He's been around the plate. Hasn't walked anybody thus far.
Well, we've been playing for 40 minutes, and we're in the second inning.
You got this, Bryce.
2-1 the count. Patterson, a right-handed hitter. And the pitch to him. Outside, 3-1. A walk would be nice. I'm being very biased, aren't I? But when you're behind, you've got to be. You got to go for the home team.
Well,
3-1. Got a root.
It is Independence.
3 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Walked him. Nice at bat for Patterson. That's his first walk, so things have kind of fallen apart. There's nobody out here either.
Now, first baseman number 8, Josh Duggan.
And Cumming had to go out and talk to him. With nobody out, this is a good opportunity here to chip into that lead and maybe even get close or even tie it. Josh Duggan, the batter, the first baseman.
Well, Josh could do it with one swing of the bat.
Batting from the right-handed side. He's a right-handed batter. Duggan from the stretch. In deep trouble. And it's down low, a ball, 1-0. Cummings saved a run right there, quite possibly.
Oh, the familiar sounds of Siegel.
In these kind of games, and you've used a lot of your pitching staff too, Brian, you've got to go with some of these guys, for maybe more than you'd normally like.
Exactly.
You've got 2 games tomorrow if you win. Pitch is high, or at least 1. And he's falling behind 2-0. He just walked Patterson. Russell's at third, Underwood at second, Patterson at first. The pitch to the plate. There's a swing and a miss. 2-1. Oh, you've got your windows open, right?
It is.
Oh, well, I didn't open mine. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Pitch is high. Three and one.
I wanted to see if that bird will come in the window and
you're
just
still
slide on your head.
having that little problem with him, huh?
No problem.
Oh,
it's just like the nature channel.
They were talking about him in the stands today too.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. Big pitch here, and the strike is called. And we are full, 3-2, and the bases are full. There's nobody out. Josh Duggan, the batter, staying in there. Duggan's pitch. Swing, a shot off the pitcher's glove. It's going to score a run at least. They do get Duggan. That goes 1-4-3. And scoring on the play is Russell from third. All the runners move up.
Left fielder number 7, Jackson Zeltner.
Underwood to third. Patterson to second. It's 5-2, and still got runners in scoring position.
John,
here's Zeltner.
Good news is that's only the first out.
Yes. Jackson Zeltner, the batter. The pitch. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
A lot of times when you get this deep in the baseball tournament, you see some high-scoring games. I don't know if this is going to be one of those, but could certainly use about 3 more runs.
There's a swing and a shot to second. This is going to get one more. He bobbles it. Throw in time. He would have scored anyway. And it's an RBI for Zeltner. 5-3. That's the way to do it.
Number 10, Drew Hostetler.
And now if Drew will just hit one over the left center field wall, we'll be fine. 5-3 the score.
Do you want me to run down and tell Craig to go tell Drew that?
Focus on the batter. He's got this.
The pitch to Hostetler. Outside. 1 ball, no strike. You'll be bowing down to me if that happens, won't you? Yeah.
I hope it happens.
Yep. 1-0 the count, the pitch. Boy, he had a good cut. Found it to the screen, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I would have to call you Confucius. Oh, it's, what is it? Nostradamus, that's it.
Yes.
I got them mixed up. Confucius is the cookie.
I'm more confused than Confucius. The ball gets by. It's going to be close, and he's in there on a wild pitch. I told you Drew'd get him in.
He just Confuciused him.
And it's 5-4. I feel a lot better about this game now, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And really only 2 hits in the inning. A couple errors have hurt.
Well, like I was saying,
have hurt Independence.
We needed the second inning like Independence had the first.
It's outside. He's gone 3-1 to Hostetler. So 4 runs here in the second. Still got a runner at third.
No, he's in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, he is. And he walks Hostetler. And it's going to bring up Tristan Thornton. Now we've got a runner on.
Number 2, Tristan Thornton.
John, this is so weird. I mean, Giddens looked like, my goodness, are we even going to be able to touch this guy? Threw 9 pitches and got 3 outs in the first.
We've had
3 hits, 2 walks, and 2 errors. That's going to bring out a little conversation from
I don't even see the third hit.
Coach McCleary. Let's see. Pensick, Barrett, and Zeltner.
And Zeltner grounded to second. But you got to run. You got an RBI.
There's going to be the end of the day. Call to the bullpen here.
All right, we're going to take a brief timeout. We'll tell you who the pitcher is when we come back. Siegel's bounce back. It's 5-4 Independence. We're in the second inning. Stay with us.
It's not just your home or car. I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams. We see your home and car as the time and memories that you put into it. Give me a call at 615-459-2683 and let me help you give them the protection they deserve.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto.
Since 1966, Fans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. For friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard Heating and Air products, Fans Heating and Air will do it all. Fans specializes in new homes, custom homes, or existing buildings. Give Fans Heating and Air a call today, 615-893-7930. Good luck to all of our schools and student athletes from Fans Heating and Air.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game brought to you in part by Ideas Tees, Dan France Concrete, Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home, along with Middle Tennessee Christian School. And the new pitcher for Independence is junior Timothy Hargrove, a righty.
Well, that was an interesting inning for Bryce Giddens. Sailed along in the first inning on 8 pitches, but couldn't make it through the second. He had, 2 walks, gave up 2 hits. There were 2 errors that really hurt him. And let's see, the rest of them basically good at-bats by Siegel because they went to that right side and picked up 2 RBIs just hitting it to the right side.
Number 2 coming play,
I think that with those 2 errors, runs scored on both of those. So that's 2 unearned runs, which are just as good as the earned ones.
And here's Tristan with Hostetler at first. That runner still belongs to Giddens.
Go Hargrove!
And the pitch. Hostetler going. The throw down to second is going to be. They say they've got him. Called stealing. But we get 4 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors in the game, in the inning, and 2 walks. And there was nobody left. Caught stealing. And after 2, it's 5-4 Independence here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
We're going to be an educational institution that teach Bible every day. Every subject we teach, we're going to teach through a biblical perspective. In every aspect of our school, we're going to do it through a Christian perspective.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
That also means that everything we do, we have to be excellent. We feel like Christ calls us to excellence. And so that means we have to be excellent academically. That means we have to be excellent athletically because that's what God calls us to. It's a great place to be.
Invest in your child's future in an environment that fosters Christ-centered values. To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Experts in joint, bones, and muscles. And with over 65 specialists, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA. Live your best life.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
How about a word from another great State Farm agent? He is a great neighbor, but they use good neighbors, so we'll go with
Let's
that.
see, Andy Womack.
Yes, but not
Emerson Williams.
Yes, but not who I was thinking of.
Oh, I can't think of who. Oh, the guy from Brentwood.
Well, he's from Murfreesboro. His office is in Brentwood.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Ron Reeves.
My pizza guy.
Not anymore.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah.
State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You can talk to him. He'll buy you a cup of coffee here in town, talk insurance, take care of you for sure. 615-873-1700.
I think a little Revis just entered the room.
Yeah, you can't deny that's a little Revis for
yeah,
sure.
well, the grandma's like,
Uh-huh.
Here we go, King.
So now Jackson Barrett finds himself in a much better situation, only down by 1, and Caleb King going to lead it off. Need a good, strong 3-up, 3-down inning here. The wind and the pitch. There's a high fly ball. Pretty well hit. Going back, still going back, and that wind carried that one. Zeltner makes the catch for out number 1. So that was quick, and that's what he needs. Drew Manship, the next hitter, he struck out in the first.
That was quite the adventure out there for Zeltner.
One out here in the third. The right-handed batter steps in there. You can see that wind blowing against Barrett's shirt. There's a good pitch in there, 0-1. Seems a little more relaxed now, doesn't he, Brian?
Yes. It's like maybe the weight of the world is off those shoulders.
Pitch, just a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Not only that they're only 1 run down now, but also, you know, that first inning was so taxing.
And here's a line drive into center. No, a second base, by the way. See, the wind held that one up. I thought it was heading to center.
I did too.
And caught by Mosley. Nice play. It's deceived me a couple of times. So 2 away, and here's Hunter Reed.
And Mosley had a great jump on that too.
He sure did. Reed singled and drove in a run his first time up. He's the number 8 hitter. And a fly ball out to center. Hostetler's there, though, and makes the catch. And a good, easy 3-up, 3-down inning for Jackson Barrett. We're going to the bottom of the third. It's Independence 5, Siegel 4.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. For more than 30 years, my team and I have worked hard to help injured people throughout Middle Tennessee. Over that time, we've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. And if we're not able to help or aren't the right lawyer for you, we'll do the best to point you in the right direction. If you've been injured, call the Law Offices of John Day for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win your case.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Today's game on News Radio, WGNS 101.9, 100.5, WGNSradio.com, Big G TV, brought to you in part by Sir Pizza. Sir Pizza has sponsored our Game and Coaches Show podcast since there were such things. That's how long. Over 30 years with us here. We appreciate them. They're on East Main, on South Church, and on Memorial Boulevard. If you're in south of Murfreesboro, North Murfreesboro, or downtown, get you some Sir Pizza tonight. You won't regret it.
Tristan Thornton, who was at bat when Drew was caught stealing, is the leadoff hitter. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. Well, we're back in it. Now let's take the lead. How about it?
Sounds like a plan.
It'll be Thornton, Trabe, and Jack Pensick. The wind and the pitch. Swinging a foul back. He had a good cut there. And it's 0-2. Bottom of the third, 5-4 Independence. The wind and the pitch. Liner, and it hit the umpire. Let's make sure he's okay.
Goodness, that was a shot.
I know he dove, but I think it helped him take the brunt of it. I've never seen that happen.
Well, that's
in high school. They're going to give him a minute. That had to sting.
That's the second time here in a couple of days that an umpire has gotten pegged. Happened yesterday in the Rossview game.
Well, I can't yell at him today.
Sympathy points?
Yeah. 1-2 to Thornton. Here's the pitch. 0-2 to Thornton. There's a grounder to short. Up with it is Skolaski and makes the throw in time for out number 1. Now, I hope this doesn't happen, okay? But in a game like this, it's so crazy. Baseball is so crazy. They score like 9 runs in 2 innings, and then they might go, nobody scores the rest of the game. You know, that's why it's so crazy. You never know.
Well, you never know if that ball is fair either, you know.
Here's Baker, had a really good shot to center his first time up, 0 for 1. Fouls this one out of play. Over to the clubhouse.
Does that ball have one bounce in fair territory? Had it not ricocheted off the umpire, you never know.
The pitch. There's another shot into left center field, and it's going to drop. Give Trey a single. A 1-out single here. And he's on with 1 out. Here's Pensick.
I really like that I'm getting to use my red pencil here.
Me too. I'm really happy for you.
It's
really.
Hits and RBIs.
Yeah, it's great. Pensick singled and then went to second on a throwing error by Penland. Throw over, runner back. Baker has good speed. Going to watch him closely down there. Hargrove slowing the pace down. Now the pitch. Trying to nibble that outside corner and missed. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Here's a foul ball down the third base line. Out of play. And the count even at a ball and a strike. Well, Eagleville softball in the championship game tomorrow. That's at 3. Yeah. And that will be at MTSU.
That's right. I need to look and see who they're actually playing.
Hunkle Binkle Tinkle, whatever the name of that place was.
No.
No. I thought they beat Gordonsville.
Well, they beat them in the first game.
Oh. They're still playing then, second game?
They forced the second game.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Runner going, and the throw down is not in time. It's a stolen base for Baker. Had a good jump.
It was a shock. I mean, Gordonsville in their first game, John, there were 96 pitches in the first inning, and they were up 21-0, and Hall said, you know what, we're done. Halls came back and won a game in the loser's bracket, but then lost to Hollow Rock Brewston.
Pitch is outside.
And then everybody thought, well, Gordonsville, they've got an easy road. Hollow Rock Brewston, John, won 12-5 today and then 10-5. So it's Hollow Rock Brewston and Eagle.
21, Ryan Russell.
That hit him.
That's got to be the only. He was hit by the pitch, wasn't he? Or walk? Yeah. Hit by a pitch.
Runners at first and second. Got something going here, and there's a line drive. Speared by the third baseman. Throws it into the outfield, though. Baker's going to get up and hobble over to first, or third. I hope he's okay. Yeah, he's fine. Runners at first and third. Boy, that was a shot. I think Coach Revis has seen enough of those line drive outs, though.
Yes.
Really well hit ball. And here's Jackson Barrett. Singled and drove in a run. He's got runners at first and third. There are 2 out here against Hargrove.
Had a clutch hit in the second.
Went the other way. Pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes. 5-4 Independence over Siegel. Tying runs at third. Go ahead runs at first. The pitch. Popped him up right side. Is there room? Is there a chance? No. And I got to tell you, Mr. Cumming, nobody in the Siegel dugout's going to help you. No way. You know, here's one thing. I haven't seen Justin Incrinden during this whole tournament. I see him down there, but
he doesn't do much anyway, does he?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen him.
He's like the team mascot or something.
No, that's Sean Middleton.
Oh. Are they competing for the job?
Come on now. We got to be nicer than that. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson Barrett. Here's the pitch. Took a strike, 1-2.
John, one more note about that Gordonsville team. Do you know that they were 32-1 coming into the tournament?
So tell me, where do we stand in that now? So
it's Siegel and Hollow Rock Brewston for the state title.
Okay. So I got that right. Okay. Thought I heard that. Pitch, strike 3 called, and Jackson Barrett a strikeout victim. It's the first strikeout for Hargrove, and that's the end of the third. We're still, we had 1 hit, no runs. There was a hit batter and 2 left. We finished 3 now, 5-4, Independence still on top.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee.
At First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, we show up and have been for 150 years. Let us show you how we do it. I'm John Dietrich, Senior Vice President, Commercial Lender at the Murfreesboro Gateway office. Let me have the honor of helping you and your family achieve its financial dreams. I am a lifelong resident of this community dedicated to making it better.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We show up for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 401715.
Life's too short to stress about insurance. That's why Ray Call at Rayburn Insurance is here to make sure you have the right coverage without all the hassle. He'll work hard to provide you with personalized service and finding the best solutions for you and your family. Whether you're looking for auto, home, or business insurance, Rick Hall's got you covered. Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency. Let him handle the details so you can focus on what really matters.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Oh, we say hello to good neighbor State Farm Agent Emerson Williams. He's got an office in Smyrna, and it's located at 199 Enon Springs Road West, right there at the intersection with Hazelwood Drive. Emerson Williams, you can give him a call, 615-459-2683.
We're going to the top of the 4th. Christopher Skolansky will lead it off. He's the shortstop for Independence. They're up 5-4. This is my last inning. I'm going to go out after this inning, and I'm going to do some kind of voodoo dance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll try to.
You've been perfecting that?
Well, me and the bird, we're going to try to do something to kind of offset the lead here.
Well, which one?
What?
There are 2 of them.
Well, the one that just flew away. I'll leave it up to you to get us back. And here's the pitch. Upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Skolansky struck out his first time up.
Well, I'm expecting you to get us the lead.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, a fly ball into center field. Drew Hostetler one-hands it, and there's 1 out in the inning. That is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row.
Top of the order now for the Eagles.
Jackson Barrett has sit
Carter
down.
Cummings.
And here's the top of the order. The bad guy today, Carter Cumming. He's 2 for 2. A double and a single. The wind and the pitch. Takes a strike, 0-1.
Well, he can't have like a 3 for 3 day. It's got to be 2 for 3. After
no, the
this,
odds are against it.
Yeah.
And the pitch. Swung on, shot to first. Make that Duggan. Bobbled it for a second, but he had plenty of time to get him out. That's 3 unassisted, and there's 2 away in the inning.
Do you think, because of what I said, that happened just like in basketball when I say that they'll never miss a free throw and they always do? Do you think that worked here?
I think so.
Okay. Have to keep that up.
So 2 out in the inning. Here's Lucas Penland, singled and popped up. He was also thrown out trying to steal. Back in the second. Pitch swung on and missed. Jackson Barrett's just like Stella. He's got his groove back.
on the early afternoon. Oh, that's groove in.
Oh. There's a swing and a miss. And he's out in front. Oh, no balls, 2 strikes. He's cut his pitch count down, too, as these last 2 innings. The pitch swung on, shot to third. Patterson across, and it's 3 up, 3 down. It's 7 in a row. And that's the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still Independence 5, Siegel 4.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Pizza. You in a hurry for dinner? Well, we've made it even easier to order online at sirpizzatn.com. Tap the location nearest you and begin your carry-out or delivery order at sirpizzatn.com. You can choose from our full menu, and we'll take care of the rest. A Queen's Feast is calling my name. Order Murfreesboro's favorite pizza online at sirpizzatn.com.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
Boy, listen to that voice of Ron Reeves. Prep Baseball.
I know. He kind of sounds like Darth Vader.
He does, a little bit. James Earl Jones. Our game brought to you in part today by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, Parks Auction, Craig's Tax Service, and Dr. Automotive.
Now batting third baseman, number 12.
You promised, John, that you were going to get us the lead before you give it over to me. So
yeah, this is it. We got to do it here. Challen Patterson's going to lead it off. And the pitch is a ball. We got a pinch hitter here, Brian, I think. Nope. Yeah, no, we don't. We're good. Patterson walked his first time up and scored. Takes it outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think part of the problem was I couldn't see the scoreboard. It was so the sun was shining on it. Now that it is, we've settled down. That one just missed. It was a little closer than I thought. 2 balls and a strike. Never ceased to amaze me how many cameras are out here. Did he go? They say no. And it's 3 balls and a strike. 15 years ago, you wouldn't have seen any, you know.
That's true.
Here's a pitch, swung on, fouled away. Count is full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's Patterson, Duggan, and Zeltner. The first 3 here in the 4th. The wind and the pitch. Swung on. Here's a shot to third. Going to take a long throw, and it's in the dirt, and he can't come up with it. He almost took too long on that throw. Going to be an E5. So Patterson is on. That's good news for the Stars.
Coming up next, first baseman, number 8, Josh
Second time
Duggan.
in 4 innings, John. We had the leadoff man aboard.
Josh Duggan hit one back. Well, it deflected by the pitcher, went to Penland, and he went to first. But he did drive in a run with it. Let's see what he'll be doing here. Possible bunt, maybe. And the wind and the pitch. Strike called. I'm wondering how that field umpire is feeling on that arm. Sure took a shot down there. Hargrove's 0-1. Swung on, fouled away. This game has been marred. I tell you, Independence has not fielded the ball that well.
No, isn't that 3 errors now?
3 errors in the game. 2 of them throwing. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Hargrove.
It's the second strikeout in 3 batters here, so hope he's not in the zone here. We have hit him already.
One out here in the bottom half of the fourth. Throw over, runner back. Zeldner grounded out to second. He also drove in a run back in the second inning. And the pitch. Up and in. 1 ball, no strikes.
In fact, you can see with the errors in the stats, John, 4 runs on just 3 hits.
Oh, it's coming from there.
Here's the pitch. Brounder to short. Step on the bag. 1 on to first. 2. It's a double play. 6-3. And that's your inning. No runs, no hits. There was no walks, so there was an error, and nobody left. The double play erased that. And we've completed 4. Brian, I couldn't get it done. We're down 5-4, so it's all up to you. We'll be back. 5-4, Independence on top.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brett Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
Craig's Tax Service is located just off Memorial on Heritage Park Drive. You can contact us at 890-2233.
It makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We are proud to support all Rutherford County student athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
Is your car running like a dream, or does it need a little TLC? At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we treat your vehicle like it's one of our own. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
Been coming to them ever since he opened up. Good family. I recommend other people to get them repaired here because I knew they would do it and do it right. Been happy to send people to him because I trust what he does so much.
We're crazy about him. It's all about the doctor.
For quality care you can trust, visit Dr. Automotive in Smyrna. We've got the cure for your car.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
And we're back, and this portion of the game brought to you by good neighbor State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, Emerson Williams, Dana Womack, and Andy Womack. And Jackson Barrett trying to keep him right here. He's pitched well, retired 7 in a row now. As we go to the top of the 5th, and here's BB.
All right. Another toss or 2. And be ready to go here in this 5th. Little stretch time here. Umpires get a refreshment. And it's going to be Caleb Carpenter, the designated hitter,
Now batting the DH number 4, Caleb
to lead
Carpenter.
things off here for the Independence Eagles. You know, it's a shame we don't play them more. They're just a hop, skip, and a jump up 840 right off the interstate. First pitch swung on. Here's Mosley up with it. He's going to toss it over.
He fell coming out of the box.
Sure did. I was not watching him. I was wondering why Mosley was just kind of slowly trotting over. It's like you're going to throw it anytime soon.
You thought he was taunting him, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Cross Lawhun is 2 for 2 today. Need to change that. First pitch to him inside. I've already had a text. What are you doing tomorrow? I have no idea. It depends on some game outcomes and conversation with John high and outside. Kind of put a game plan together. Spring Fling HQ is done for the season. Another fine job by Chip Walters, David Lambert, and Bradley Lambert, and everybody. This one outside for a ball. It's 3-0. Don't want to walk him, but being very careful how they pitched across here. And got it on that outer half. About 83, 82 miles an hour. got a pretty interesting statement here. This is a strike on the outer half and battle back to a full count. John Barrett had 30-something pitches in that first inning. He's got 65 now.
He has really settled down.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled away, left side.
He had a little extra on that, a little mustard on that pitch.
9 came to the plate in the first, 5 in the second. Since then, he's faced the minimum. Pitch on the way. And lost him. It's going to be the 3rd walk.
He'd retired 8 in a row up to that point.
And now Cash Money, the batter, walked and scored a run in the first, grounded to second in the second. Strike called on the outside corner.
You got to admit that's pretty cool.
What's that?
The last name's Money, and you go, let's call him Cash.
Yeah.
Cash Money.
I have a nephew named Cash.
I bet his teachers always looked funny when he called him roll at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Cash Norman is a senior at Greenbrier, just graduated. My nephew, he played for baseball for Greenbrier. Pitch inside, and it's 1-1 now. 2-1, sorry. But with a throw over to first.
Ooh, that was
just
close,
barely.
close.
With a last name like Money, you've almost got to. Unless you named him like Big Money.
Oh, okay.
Or Money. 2-1, swing and a miss. Blew one past him there. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Did you hear that the pennies are no longer going to be circulated?
That's what I've heard.
No more nurnies.
Throw over. Not as close this time as Lawhun gets back. Now you're just.
I don't know how that's going to work. They're just not going to make any more, right?
I think that's right. 2-2, swing and a miss. Throw down to first and back safely, so it's a strikeout. And that is Barrett's first strikeout since the first inning.
Up next, left fielder number 10, Caleb King.
I think you'll see rounding to an even 5 on things, probably, if you're paying cash. But who uses cash anymore?
Oh, boy.
Just
old relics like me.
First pitch is low for a ball to Caleb King. He singled, drove in 2 runs, and flied out to left field.
1-0. Go 10.
I'm surprised that dollar bills aren't nurnies. Do you know where they've been?
Well, yeah.
They're over.
And they've been handled so many times.
Yeah.
Just.
Are you gonna, now that you've gotten the penny taken care of, you work on nickels next?
Work on nickels. Dimes, though, I'll leave alone because they're worth something.
Are they?
Well, they're a dime.
Can you get for a dime anymore?
Well.
The pitch. And it's a strike in there.
My paycheck seems to indicate that y'all give me seems to indicate that dimes are very valuable.
Go King.
No.
10.
Once the penny's not in circulation, you won't get paid
Is that
anymore.
going to be a cut?
Here's another throw over, and man, that was close too.
Lawhun's going to be worn out.
Well, maybe that's what they're trying to do, just wear him out over there, because he's been on all 3 times. It's still a 1-1 count to Caleb King, and the pitch outside.
I think they're seeing something. They're feeling like he's going because that was almost a pitch out.
Yeah.
It looked like a pitch out.
But Thornton didn't even look at first, so I don't know. He's leaning toward the first base bag, and now he's back again. It's that extra half step that he takes out there that I think is bothering Jackson. Strike in there.
That was a good pitch.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Good stop there by Thornton. Takes the count full. Really, really good crowd here, too. Don't see as massive of crowds as we get later in the week. 3-2. Chop foul down the first base side.
I don't know. I was telling somebody the other night, you get to the championship game and you get a little disappointed because a lot of them have gone home.
That's when it really, and that part of having it at MTSU, you can go and watch 4 ball games one day and, see some really good high school baseball championships, but going to be all at 11 o'clock, different locations. Popped it up, but it's going to be behind home plate and out of play. Well, with all the foul offs and diving back to first, Lawhon is probably going to need a bottle of water.
I've got a feeling this is going to be Jackson's last inning.
Pitch. Swung on over to second. Up with it is Mosley to Duggan. And there you go. Ground out to second base ends the Independence 5th. Let's move to the bottom of the 5th. Siegel still trails Independence 5-4 here on State Farm Prep Sports coverage of Spring Fling 32.
Parks Auction. We handle everything.
The auction is a means of drawing people together for a quick, easy sale.
I've always been a big fan of auctions. You get instant sale, no contingencies and everything. I've known the guys over there my entire life.
Visit our website at parksauction.com to learn more.
Hi there, do I have a home now?
Call Parks Auction at 896-4600. Stan Vaught and the Parks Auction team are proud supporters of local high school and MTSU sports.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Las Casas Feed Supply. We would like to welcome you to our door.
I'm Ian Young. I'm at Las Casas Feed Supply. I'm selling beef and pork, 100% Angus, raised here in Las Casas. Come get you some.
Everyone's favorite cuts available, even options to purchase a quarter of a steer.
We got the beef. Hello, everybody. Las Casas Feed Supply.
Family owned and operated, Las Casas Feed Supply on Barlow Lane, just off Highway 96 East.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game brought to you in part by JHA Company. That's Josh Houston and Associates, Little Caesars Pizza. Our pal, Rick Hall, he's a Rayburn insurance agent in Smyrna, and Las Casas Feed Supply. We just heard from Coy Young there. Appreciate all of the sponsors that you hear. It's not just for us to have a timeout between half innings. It's really important if you can support those businesses.
Time to get some runs, Brian.
Yep, it's Drew Hostetler, and he takes a strike on the first pitch from Timothy Hargrove. Trotting him back out there. Fouled this one first base side. And out of play. Drew's flied out to center field and reached on a walk, but caught stealing, and that ended the second inning. Fly ball into center field, and it's going to drop in front of Reed. And there you go, Drew. Lead off the 5th with a hit here. See if we can make this 5th inning a big one here for the Stars. That is just the 4th hit in the game. Matches the number of runs now. And Tristan Thornton, your batter, lined to second and grounded to short. And he led off the 3rd. 0 for 2, so he's due. Check of the runner and the pitch. Breaking ball didn't break. Just watching a horse trailer going over there to the Miller Coliseum. It's amazing how Murfreesboro has become a destination for things like Siegel Soccer Complex and horse show events. Throw down to second, and Drew is under the tag.
He had a little trouble getting out of his glove, out of his mitt, and that you can't With Drew running, you can't afford that.
No. So the tying run in scoring position here now. An estimated 43,000 in Rutherford County this week for spring fling. Unreal. Now time called. Thornton steps out. Hargrove was taking a little too long for Tristan's liking. Hargrove checking Drew down there at second. Breaking pitch. A little inside and draws the Boo Eagles. They're not birds, they're eagles. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on, line right through between short and third. And it's dropped for a moment, but recovered by King and throws it in. So back-to-back singles, runners at the corners now.
Now, Hostetler had to wait a little bit in case that ball was caught. So he didn't get a big jump off of second base.
Yeah.
Got a runner.
And when King dropped the ball, it kind of came right back to him, so no chance to advance. And that looks like Jaden Willis, number 3.
Well, this is what you want. Runners at first and third, nobody out, and your number 3 hitter up.
Yeah, this is a huge opportunity here for the Stars. Trey Baker, 1 for 2. Watches the pitch outside. Called strike, I guess. Jeez.
He waited until you almost said ball.
Uh-huh. He hasn't done that to me so far. 0-1. Pitch, chopped foul down the third base side.
I like that play. They sent Tristan, make him make a play, or that he gets second. But it was foul.
Make them choose whether they're throwing home, throwing to second, what's going to happen here. Nobody out, runners at the corners. The 0-2 upstairs. So it's a 1-2 count. Jack Pensick is on deck. He's got a hit today too. Pitch sails low. And after being in the hole 0-2, it's a 2-2 count. John Siegel had 3 hits through the first 4 innings and now have 2 in a row. Be cool if it were 3 in a row. Here's the pitch, low and taken off to second. After the ball got away, Cumming made sure he closely watched Drew down there. So I guess you could argue that that was maybe catcher indifference, but
I could see them throwing something he can't, even swing at. But he did.
Well, he did, right up the gut. And they throw to first to get the force out, but not before a run is in. And we are all tied up.
Well, that makes me feel better now. We got the tie. So now we can work on getting that lead.
So that's Hostetler in for the 5th run. And your batter is Pensick, and now looks like Cumming is going to go out and talk to Hargrove. That was a big run batted in there by Baker on the ground out. Well, John, it has taken to the 5th inning.
Come on, Brock, we need
And when this game started, it was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Independent stepped up with a 4 spot.
Then
added
5.
another. Yep. This one just tipped. He was trying to pull the bat back, and it hit off the end of the bat. But Siegel answered with a 4 spot in the bottom of the 2nd, and then there have been a lot of goose eggs on the board until this inning. 5 runs on 5 hits for Siegel, 5 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for Independence. 2 of those Siegel runs unearned because of the errors. Fakes the throw down to second. And Willis just barely moved. It's like, okay. He's got a decent lead there. They're concerned about that left gap between short and third. After the pitch, it's a 2-1 count now.
Go 1-2. Go Hargrove. Got this.
Pensick, a single.
2 more.
An extra base because of an error. Wound up scoring the first run of the game.
Yeah.
And now a strike across on the outer half.
That was a pretty pitch. He took a lot off on that one.
Just like that. Just like that.
Pensick has reached both times at the plate. The second time the hard way, a hit by pitch. He'd probably do it again, give up his body for the team. Swung on, ooh, a hard liner down the first base side, and I've never seen Chad Fields move that fast. Well, he just turned. But
sure that's not AI.
Artificial intelligence. Chad is a really intelligent young man.
He is, very.
He married up, though. Pitch on the outer half. For a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I guess Wrigley's about six years old now.
It just seems like it was the first child. 3-2. Just did get a piece of it. Pensick will live to see another pitch thrown.
A lot of 3-2 counts in this game today.
Yeah.
Here we go, Brock. 1 more strike.
Three balls and 2 strikes, and Hargrove peeks back at second, and another quick check, and the pitch. Line to third. They're going to hold the runner at second and throw across. Ooh, just in time. That was close. Money dug it out. And so that's 2 away here now. Don't want to waste an opportunity with the runner in scoring position to try to take the lead here. So see what Ryan Russell can do. He reached on an error in the second and scored the second run of the game and is lined out today. 0 for 2 with a run scored. He's kind of got a throwback walk-up song. Ready for the first pitch to him. And not going to be made. Fakes a throw down.
Kind of dared Willis to get back to the bag, and he just stood there again.
Willis just took like one little quick jump and then moved right back. Rutherford County Athletic Director Chris Harris is in the house here today. Here's the first pitch on the way. Swing and a miss.
It's a big run out there, Brian.
It is.
And we're already in the 5th.
For those who may not remember, Chris Harris was the very first boys basketball coach here at Siegel and had a ton of success very early on. Kind of helped build a basketball dynasty out here. 0-1. Pitch in the dirt. 1-1. Followed by Ben Dotson. I guess then it was Dyron Birdwell and now Matt Rigsby. It's hard to believe this school's been here over 20 years. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Here's the pitch on the way. Just a bit outside. No. Strike called on the outside corner. 1-2. Troy Bond, who was the coach at Oakland and went to Brentwood and is retired now, he's been putting on Facebook, you know, like coaches and the number of state tournament appearances and things. It's been really interesting to see names like Mark Colley, and here's the pitch, swung on, sent for a ride to the right side, but out of play. He was at Riverdale for a time. Randy King, of course. Lots represented there, and I didn't realize.
Mark Conley, didn't he go to Columbia at one time?
He was at Columbia, yeah. I think came here from Columbia. Had a lot of success at Columbia. And but I didn't realize that Ben had been to the state tournament 4 times. He's had quite a run here at Siegel. Here's a line drive into center field, and this is going to be the go-ahead run across. And the Stars have a 6-5 lead on a clutch Ryan Russell single. Right up the middle. Scoring Willis.
Up next, the pitcher, number 23, Jackson Barrett.
So a single and an RBI for Ryan Russell, and Jackson Barrett gets to stroll to the plate with the lead. And this is Coach Mike McClure headed out to the mound, and I think this is going to be the Ideas Tees call to the bullpen, and it is. End of the day for Timothy Hargrove for Independence. Ideas Tees, the place in Rutherford County for school spirit wear, screen printing, embroidery, specialty items, and much more. They are the Blue Raider merchandise source as well, officially licensed MTSU gear at Raider Tees, polos, hats, you name it, they've got it. If it's your workplace or organization you need help promoting, they can do it. Maybe your Little League team, I don't know, they can help you out for sure. New home for them, by the way, 111 East MTCS Road, right across from MTCS. We'll take a break for the pitching change, tell you who the new pitcher is. Good news, Siegel on top, 6-5, State Farm Prep Sports.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose. You'd do anything to protect your kids. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and it's important to protect them with life insurance. I can make it easy and affordable for you to protect your family.
What's your next dream? Paying off your credit card? Remodeling your kitchen? Whatever your dreams, they take planning. I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack. Let's work together to come up with a plan to make those savings goals happen. Call me at 615-900-0877.
You've heard people say, you know your work by your name, but there's no better name for residential and business concrete work than Dan France Concrete. From basic slabs to decorative stamping, for your next concrete project, call Dan France Concrete, 615-642-5152.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Trust me, Dan is committed to the community and will offer you a great product. He'll stand behind his work and make sure you're satisfied with every aspect of the work. Dan France Concrete.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game today brought to you by good neighbor State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton. She's located at 803 North Thompson Lane near Medical Center Parkway. State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, 615-895-2700. And I noticed that Alexa's in a boot of some kind. I don't know whether she's done something.
Well,
she was sewing on a page I saw her on.
Maybe it's just resting it up.
I guess Mom was kind of glad to have her home, though.
Oh, is she home? That's
well, I
good to know.
think. I'm not sure.
New pitcher is freshman William Haskins for the Independence Eagles. He inherits the deficit here. We haven't had the first pitch to Jackson Barrett yet because he threw over to first to run Ryan Russell back. Here is the first pitch. Blew that one by at about 83. A little different look here now. Checks the runner. Another peek, and the pitch on the way. Swung on, lined into left field, and it's going to drop. It's going to roll to the warning track, but they're going to hold him up. Good idea there because King got it in pretty quick, but back-to-back hits. First hit off of the new pitcher, Haskins.
Now batting third baseman number 12, Challen Patterson.
It's going to be Patterson, your batter. Challen Patterson.
Got a runner for Jacks again.
Okay. Check that.
It's Underwood, I believe.
Pitch is in. No, it's low for a ball. It is Colson Underwood. John, now that you got the lead, let's get some more.
Yeah, a little insurance.
There's a pitch on the outside corner across for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now to Challen Patterson.
It's been a steep mountain, but they climbed it.
And it's taken 4 innings, hasn't it?
Yep.
Got in that hole early. Pitch in for a strike now, 2 for 1-2 count.
Got to give a little credit to Jackson Barrett, who settled down and held them to those 5 runs.
I want to say he had 36 pitches in the first inning. I know it was in the.
I think that's right.
And he's got 80 so far through the next 4 innings total. Time called. I mean, it was about as rough of a first inning for Jackson. And he didn't hang his head. He went back out there and went to work. Strike 3 called. Got Patterson looking there. And that's going to end the inning. But not before the Siegel Stars scored 2 big runs to take the lead on 4 big hits. And there were 2 left. No errors, walks, or hit batters. Well, let's keep a moving. To the 6th inning we go. 6-5, Siegel on top, State Farm Prep Sports.
Your 401k is likely one of your most important assets, but it's only one part of a comprehensive retirement strategy. Edward Jones can help you understand how your retirement assets fit into your entire retirement picture so that you can work toward meeting your unique retirement goals. Contact me, Lee Colvin, your Edward Jones financial advisor in the Public Shopping Center on South Rutherford Boulevard, or give us a call at 615-907-7056. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Looking for the best Blue Raider gear in town? Raider Tees has you covered. From stylish apparel and hats to unique MT-themed gifts and accessories, we've got everything a true Blue Raider fan needs. Whether you're headed to the game, shopping for a fellow fan, or just want to show off your Middle Tennessee pride, Raider Tees is the go-to spot. Stop by 111 East MTCS Road, right across from MTCS, and check out our unbeatable selection. Raider Tees, bigger, better, and go blue.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game tonight is brought to you by good neighbor State Farm Agent Dana Womack, located at 805 South Church Street, and her number is 615-900-0877.
I think it's kind of cool when the last commercial coming back is from the State Farm agent that you do.
Yes.
Number 15, Drew Manship.
Well, Drew Manship is going to be up here for Independence at 7, 8, and 9 here in the top of the 6th. Getting late here, and the pitch is a strike called on the outside corner. Mr. Barrett back out there. Nothing in 1. Shot to short. Baker gobbles it up, throws it to first for out number 1. You know, whenever I see the last name Barrett, I always think, I don't think we're related.
Hunter Reed.
But turns out, you know, if you grow up in the same area and that's where your Barretts are from, it's like we probably are somewhere along the line.
Well, his dad only lived about probably a mile from you, half a mile.
I know. Here's Hunter Reed, the batter. First pitch, he's on it. Fly ball right field, and a snag by Pensick out there for out 2. Well, at this rate, Johnny's thrown 3 pitches and has 2 outs. So
I think they're probably asking him how he's feeling because he had some arm trouble early in the season. So I think they're going to let him go till as long as he. I heard the limit might be about 85. Well, he's at what, 83?
Yep.
But if he can get through this inning, he only got 1 more inning to go. He's done his job, in other words.
Absolutely. Pitch going to be fouled away down the right side. You know, this is the game, John. This is a critical game. It shortens the road. If you can get past this game, you know what's ahead. You know what you got to do. You got to win 2 games. You got to win the series tomorrow. Pitch fouled back and out of play. But getting there, that's sometimes hard, and especially when you just played and lost a gut-wrenching game to the, I don't know, umpteen billionth state champion Farragut. 0-2, just a bit high.
Well, and that 5-0 deficit too, you know, I mean that had to get you down, but they hung in there.
I mean, this is a resilient group for sure. Down 4 runs after 1 inning and then down 5-0. Sails high, and it's even at 2 apiece now.
He's still around 80, 83 miles an hour.
Here we go, 1-9.
Skolansky, 0 for 2. Strikeout, fly out. Sends this one to the right side and out of play.
Hey, hang in there, you're good.
And let me say, you've done your job. You've come back and they've got the lead. Now if you can just hold it.
Well, now who has the pressure?
Well, I mean, you had pressure because you were behind.
Barrett kicks and fires it up there. Popped it up.
Get it.
Shallow infield, and it's going to be a little trouble, and Mosley tried to make the overhead grab and couldn't get to it.
Oh, he went a long way for that ball. They just kept flying, just kept dragging it out there to the outfield. And I don't think Hostetler could really help him because he was not in range either.
Carter coming.
Well, that is going to be a 2-out hit for Christopher Skolansky, and that takes us back to the top of the order, and did not really want to see this guy, Carter
I agree.
Cumming. Here's pitch number 90 coming up here for Jackson Barrett. Throw over to first, and he's back.
Here we go, Carter. Oh, snap. Here we go.
Carter Cumming is 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored, a single, a double.
Good eye. You don't want that.
Takes a ball. His last at bat, though, he grounded to first. I would take that again. I mean, you can't let a guy go 3 for 4.
I think you said that last time. Oh, yeah, reverse psychology.
Yeah. He's probably never done that in his high school career. Outside and high, and now Thornton is going to walk the ball back out there and have a little conversation with Barrett.
These are tough decisions. You know, he's at, 80, 91 pitches, and, you know, you don't know whether he's out of gas. He was cruising along, then that base hit.
Well, assistant coach Reeder just went out, gave the umpire some baseballs, and Thornton used that extra time to talk to Barrett, and there is some action in the bullpen. I think I saw a hat or two, so maybe just buying a little extra time. This one sails low. And it's a 3-0 count. And the Craig Revis pace has picked up a little bit over there in the dugout. Pitch a little nubber. Can they get to it? Deep in the hole. Here's Baker, the throw to first, and the stretch no. And the ball gets away. It's going to roll all the way to the fence, and they're going to send him home, and we're tied again. Throwing it all over the lot here. And Skolansky's going to wind up scoring and tying us up here.
Single in an E6 on the throw. He does not get the RBI, though. That run wouldn't have scored if it hadn't been the overthrow.
And the unfortunate part is he's all the way down to second, and that's going to end the afternoon for Jackson Barrett. And I hope these Siegel fans appreciate his effort here today. Really great pitching performance by Jackson Barrett. And we'll make the Ideas Tees call to the bullpen, and we'll tell you who the new pitcher is for the Siegel Stars. And I think it's going to be Mr. Patterson, but we'll see officially when we come back on State Farm Prep Sports.
This is a paid legal ad.
When a family member is lost as a result of someone else's negligence, the grief can be unbearable. It also leaves you with a lot of questions like, how did this happen? Who's responsible? And is my family going to be okay? That's a lot to go through, but with the law offices of John Day on your side, you don't have to go through any of it alone. We understand what you're going through, and we have the experience to get the answers, justice, and compensation your family deserves. Call the law offices of John Day.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game today is brought to you by Sir Pizza, Winners Trophies, and First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We've had other winners today. Unfortunately, we've had some losers as well, and we'll kind of go over that for you on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show coming up. Stewart's Creek was eliminated today. Lost to Green Hill, Eagleville, and baseball and softball advanced to championships, and here's still in question.
Yes, indeed. Siegel had just taken their first lead. It did not last terribly long. And it is now 6-6 as Lucas Pinland is going to face Challen Patterson. Patterson's going to move over from third. It's just a mound to third swap here as Jackson Barrett goes over to third. Jackson wound up pitching 5 2/3. We'll get his line for you when it's complete.
But if they go ahead and come out and win this game, those 5 2/3 innings were big.
Oh yeah,
because kept you from using even more pitching.
He threw a third of his pitches in the first inning.
Yeah,
around. Well, here's the first pitch from Patterson on the way, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Always good to get that first one. Get settled in here. Now remember, Cumming is at second, and he's been the arch nemesis in this game. It's the meat of their order here. Bouncer up the middle. Baker taking it on the hop, throws over to first, inning over. Well, glad that ended in this way. But the Independence Eagles score a run on 2 hits. There was an error in the inning, the first in the game for the Stars. No walks, hit batters, 1 left. Well, we move now to the bottom of the 6th, and our score is 6-6. Siegel and Independence on State Farm Prep Sports.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and only $3.99. So what are you waiting for? Try them now.
You heard him. We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stop it! Drive like the wind, Debbie. Enjoy delicious new Crazy Puffs on the go for just $3.99. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Your ride, your stuff. You live with them together. I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. It's smart to protect them together to help life go right. Give me a call at 615-873-1700 and let me help you save by combining auto and renters.
Local business owners, you know how important it is to be here for your customers? I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and I run a small business in Rutherford County too. And I'm here to help you protect your small business. Call me at 615-459-2683.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Today's coverage on 101.9, 100.5, WGNS, WGNSradio.com, Big G TV. Brought to you in part by the law offices of John Day, Rick's Barbecue, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, along with Prentice Allsup Heating and Air. Josh Duggan going to lead it off here for the Stars. And this one well inside to him. He hit into, wasn't a double play. He grounded back to the mound and has struck out today. Fouls this one at the plate. And it's William Haskins, the freshman, still out there on the mound. The assistant coach in the stands is very vocal this afternoon for Independence. 1-1, popped him up. High pop up in the infield, and Pinland pinpoints that one into the glove for out number 1.
Just like that, Wyatt. Just like that.
Jackson Zeltner, your batter.
Up next, number 7,
He
Jackson
did hit into a
Zeltner.
double play in the fourth and grounded to second, but drove in a run in the big second inning where Siegel put a 4 spot on there. Looks this one in. It's going to be a strike called. Well, nobody has left their seats here.
Oh, no.
Nothing in 1 on the way. Fouled back. John, where else could you go but Siegel and there be a golf cart that is school colors?
Yeah.
That has to be the head guys. It has to be.
You think it's not the Greg Mobile?
No.
Heads up,
It's got a dome over it, I think.
I think his is right behind him, actually.
Yeah. Ooh, the SRO almost took a header there. He better sit down. Saw his life flash before his eyes. This is the side of the John Dinkins double concussion. 0-2, high.
Other field.
Well, yeah, on this campus.
Yeah.
That kid who hit you in the back of the head with the softball twice is probably 20 now.
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, he's probably getting close to 30.
Got 2 kids. 1-2. Outside, and the count even at 2
I didn't
apiece.
mind it once, but when he did it twice, that was the problem.
Just trying to throw it over the net.
Didn't bless his heart.
Didn't you say?
I finally said, let me throw it for you.
Let me have it, son.
When I came out of my coma.
Fly ball to right, and it's going to be Lawson camping under it out there for 2 away. Well, with 2 outs, it's the top of the order, and Drew Hostetler.
Let's get it going, Drew. Got it done in the 5th.
Sure did. Got things going. I love to see him on the base paths, too. Here's the first offering to him. Oh, that's tight on the inner half. 1-0. Tristan Thornton on deck. Here's the pitch on the way. Ooh, another get back jack.
Bring it down, Wyatt. You got this.
2-0 count.
I'm cool, Wyatt. I'm cool.
Siegel has gotten back to the top of their order here. The 2-0 pitch.
Yes, there we go. Hey, good throw.
Kind of a,
Good pitch, just like that.
I knew I shouldn't have swung
More like that.
swing.
2 strikes. We need
And it's
2
2-1.
strikes.
The pitch on the way.
There we
Popped
go.
it back
Hey,
into the screen.
hey, throw a strike. You got him pressure.
Just to get a
You got
piece.
him pressure. You got this. You got to be thinking. You got this, Wyatt. Here we go, Wyatt.
Freshman Haskins muscles it up there. Oh, just barely got a piece of it to foul it at the plate.
You know, that I was looking back at that. Jeff was with me, so that had to be a good while ago.
Well, it's end of the 2000s.
But as a good announcer that Jeff was, he never even acknowledged that I'd been hit.
1 strike, buddy. 1
School nurse
strike.
was
You
out there
need it.
taking care of me, but he just kept on with the play-by-play. It was
You need it, Wyatt.
Kind of heartless.
as you would do when I fell at Blackman and, about broke my hip.
3-2 payoff pitch is going to be strike 3. Second
This
strikeout.
kid's pretty good.
Yep. Second strikeout for Haskins. And that is going to end the inning. It's 3 up, 3 down. We move to the 7th inning. We're all tied at 6 apiece with a spot in the state's Final Four on the line. State Farm Prep Sports.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Ring Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
We fulfill all your tax preparation needs from individual returns to corporations and handle any of those scary letters you may get from the IRS.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game tonight is brought to you by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. They provided local prep and MTSU athletes with expert orthopedic coverage for decades. TOA, live your best life. For more information, visit TOA.com.
John, and it's because of that tumble that we have TOA as a sponsor.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know, if
I
you
think
had,
you're going to have to take a trainer with me from now on.
If you had to have that hip replacement, we could have gotten it done.
I mean, the end is coming one of these days. You got to understand.
Well, that's the case for all of us, John.
Well, I mean, I can walk up steps. I can't walk down them anymore, but other than that.
I told you, I've got a pulley in my Amazon cart.
I really like the golf cart better idea.
You're really on that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm thinking that sounds pretty good.
It's going to be 3, 4, and 5 here for Independence. And by the way, looking ahead, you've got 2, 3, and 4 for Siegel. So this is the deciding inning here in this game. Challen Patterson, first pitch in for a strike called to Caleb Carpenter. Carpenter is walked, hit into a 4-3 double play, and grounded to second. Fly ball, center field. Hostetler takes a little two-step jog, makes the grab for out number 1.
Now batting number 34,
so your batter now is Cross Lawhon.
I want to know when this game is over who Brock is. You heard Brock hollered out Independence, somebody? I don't know who Brock is.
Yeah. Ooh, a pitch inside for a ball. I don't know who that guy is, but he needs to maybe be signed by ESPN or something. Pitch inside. Or a motivational speaker. That would be more along his lines, right? 2-0.
He is motivational. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not ugly.
Cross has been on all 3 times. This pitch is low. And Thornton going to use this opportunity to go out and talk to Challen.
As little as we were out there at Oakland today, in the sun, we were out there for 30,
I know,
40 minutes.
My right arm is, this is the only arm that got any sun. This one didn't. Man, we were undercover.
My granddaughter said, you know, Papa, you've got old people's arms. I went, thank you. Thank you, sweetie.
Thanks, sweetheart. Here's the 3-0. Took that one all the way, and it was outside for a ball, and it's a 1-out walk. So Cross Lawhon has been on all 3 times now. First walk from Patterson.
Now batting number 23, Cash Money.
And 4th walk of the game.
We need to make a deposit on this guy.
Yeah. I'm thinking insufficient funds. Pitch. Strike called on the inner half. To Cash Money. Walked, scored a run, grounded to second, struck out. Check of the runner, and now a throw over. And a quick throw, but back safely. Want to hold him right here and give your 2, 3, and 4 a shot here. Throw over again. Runner back.
I don't want to see the next guy. Or the next.
Well, 2 more outs. We'll deal with that. Pitch. Just misses.
Good eye. Good eye. I need some big play baseball.
Beginning to be twilight time here.
375 go Ravens.
The count is 1-1. And another throw over. Patterson thought maybe he caught him off again, but Lawhun back. Lawhun. Pitch on the way, and it's a strike called. Nice pitch, about 80 on that one from Challen. 1-2.
Come on, Cash.
And the pitch to Cash Money, swing and a miss. And he has been repoed. Strikeout. And a huge one, 2 away. Caleb King. He has driven in 2 today with a single in the first, but he's 0 for 2 since then. Oh, just a bit outside. Still over at first is Lawhun. Pitch on the way. Another one outside. 2-0. Well, Challen has made it interesting here, getting behind the batters, but
King,
has had
this, buddy.
pretty big comebacks.
I love you. You got this.
Tristan going back out there. A few words of encouragement. Challen Patterson, a senior.
Do what you usually do.
One of 4 that I see on the roster. The 2-0. Another one outside.
That's good.
3 balls, no strikes. Need 1 more out to get out of this inning.
Not 1 strike. You got
And get the offense back out there for the Stars. Check of the runner, and now a throw over. Lawhun back. I think that's, yeah. I only saw a 3 for just a second, but it's 34. Here's the 3-0. And it's low for a ball, and it's another walk here. So runners at first and second now.
Up next, number 15, Drew Manship.
But there are 2 away. That is the good news. Drew Manship is your batter. I want to remind you, you're listening to State Farm Prep Sports coverage of Spring Fling 32 4A baseball on WGNS Murfreesboro, Smyrna. So 2 on here for Independence. The pitch to Mr. Manship is a strike on the outer half. Little different look here. The right-handed batter. Patterson, a couple of checks down there to second, and now the pitch. Muscled it up across the same spot. 1 more strike. Patterson is ready, and the pitch on the way. Oh, gets away, bounced in front of the plate, and runners are going to advance a bag. So Lawhun at third, King at second, and 2 in scoring position now.
Now you have to go to first on a ground ball.
Don't want to see another batter. Need to get Manship right here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, and the pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Lives to see another pitch. Saw former MTSU coach Jim McGuire here a few minutes ago too, talking to Craig Revis. He was, of course, at middle at the time. Pitch outside and an excellent stop there by Thornton. Well, deuces are wild on the scoreboard right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. We need 1 more strike. The pitch from Patterson. Lined into center field and on the hop. It's going to be 1 run in, and now 2. First hit of the game. And Independence has taken an 8-6 lead.
It's kind of a bloop, but in the box score, it's going to look like a line drive.
Lawhon comes in for run 7 and run 8. Mr. King.
That ball stayed up in the air so long that they were able to score with 2 out.
Hunter Reed.
I really thought that it was hit deeper than it was, and that Drew was going to make that catch out there. But it hit just in front of him because it was hit so shallow. Hunter Reed, the batter. Throw over to first. Manship run back there. 8 runs on 9 hits now for Independence. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Stars. The pitch on the way. Low for a ball. It's a 1-0 count.
Well, you can't get distracted. You've got to go ahead and get this out. Let's go back and bat.
One more out to get. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Luckily for the Stars, you've got the 2, 3, 4 hitters and hopefully more. Pitch fouled back.
2 walks and a wild pitch really hurt this inning.
I don't know how many times we've said it, probably every broadcast, but it's the walks that always seem to come back to bite you. Didn't offer it the one outside. Thought about it though, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Hunter Reed, 6th batter of the inning here in the top of the 7th. This pitch low and the count goes full. It was a 6-6 tie. Now it's Independence on top again. They've led most of the game. Siegel has chipped and chipped and chipped away. This one fouled back. They're going to have to do more chipping.
Let's see, we've got, I believe it's Thornton up.
Yep, Thornton, Baker, and Pensick. That's who I'd want up. Pitch on the outer half, and it's a ball. Lost him. 3rd walk of the inning. So runners at second, 1st and 2nd now.
Up next, number 19, Christopher Skolaski.
Skolaski, the batter. And John, we most certainly do not want to see Carter Cumming. He's on deck. Need an out right here, right now. And a good start with a strike called on the outer half. Cummings not really interested. He's got his catcher's gear on. He doesn't think he's going to be up there. And it's going to be a dribbler to 3rd and a little indecision. They're going to throw to 1st to get the out. But now everybody's kind of frozen here.
I think
it had to be a foul
back,
ball.
yeah.
Okay.
They were really getting on.
Barrett over there?
Well, no, they were getting on to Reed or Skolaski for one thing. And Jackson really didn't know what to do because I think he heard it say it was foul.
One more strike. Here's the pitch to Skolaski, right up the middle. Nice grab, step on the bag.
Nice play.
Way to go, Mosley.
Baker.
Or Baker. Yeah, it was Baker from short. Well, got out of that. Ground out to short, stepped on the bag to retire Reed, and now we know what we got to do here. Going to the 7th, Siegel trailing 8-6. 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to State Farm Prep Sports.
We're here at Rick's Barbecue catching up with Anne-Marie Brents, who tells us not only do they have barbecue, smoked chicken, loaded baked potatoes, but the slaw dogs are out of this world.
I do love the slaw dogs. People are like, is that a big sausage? I'm like, no, it's a deep fried hot dog. And the slaw that we put on them is a spicy mustard slaw. It's actually really good. I like to dip it in white sauce.
Rick's Barbecue has awesome deals to feed the entire family.
We have family packs, and it can feed 4 to 6 people. We have a picnic pack, which is the family pack doubled.
Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive.
So what if your roommate decides to microwave a metal mixing bowl and sets your apartment on fire? I'm State Farm Agent Andy Wommel. Auto, renters, frankly, any kind of insurance. I've got your back. Call me at 615-890-0850.
Renters. When you combine State Farm, auto, and renters insurance, you will save money. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and I'd love to talk to you about combining your auto and renters insurance to help you save. Call me 615-895-2700.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Well, I would say we're sponsored by somebody, but it's gone. It's disappeared.
We've done them all.
Oh.
Here for the game. Well, Mr. Tristan Thornton strolls to the plate.
Number 2, Tristan
does his
Thornton.
routine. Gets ready, takes a big deep breath, and going to stand in against freshman William Haskins. Need 2 runs to tie, 3 to win this ball game, and the first pitch is inside. We need base runners, base runners, base runners. The 1-0, another low inside pitch. I was talking about Coach Jim McGuire, and I hear his voice somewhere right out in front of our field mic. The 2-0, swung on, popped up right side. Is it fair? Is it foul? Can anyone get to it? The questions we must ask, and it is going to be caught.
So close, man. I thought that was going to drop.
And I believe that was
Now batting, number 19,
Penland to make
Trey
that catch.
Baker.
But I think I saw a 4, so.
Well, it was, I think the right fielder made it, actually.
Okay, well, that would be a 4 as well. Regardless, it is an out. Down to their last 2. Here's a foul ball sent right side by Trey Baker. Trey's got a hit in this game, and he has an RBI, but not at the same time. Has a stolen base. We need a hit or a walk for Mr. Baker. The pitch, swing and a miss. And he's in the hole, 0-2. Haskins toes the rubber, the pitch. This one gets away from him, I think.
It's okay, just scare him a little bit. You're good.
Baker back in and ready. It's 8-6 Independence, bottom of the 7th. The 1-2, ooh, that hit him. Oh, maybe he backed out of it. I thought it did.
I think it might have hit his bat as he was backing away.
I thought I heard some contact on the field mic there, but count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trey didn't even fake an injury or anything, you know.
Be ready.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ooh, that one was well inside. Drew a few groans from the crowd. The 3-2. High chopper, but it's going to be foul ball.
I mean, no strike, Wyatt. We need to strike this guy out.
Another payoff pitch.
Yes,
And lined right to the second baseman, Penland. We had that trouble early on in this game. And Siegel down to their last out here.
Now batting number 6, Jack Pensick.
So Jack Pensick is your batter. And the pitch on the way. Ooh, that did hit him. Well, got a base runner. That's step one. And what that does is bring up in Ryan Russell the tying run.
Now, number 21,
at the plate.
Ryan Russell.
Well, all he needs to do is park one.
Yep. Or get on and let Jackson do that and just win it. Why not, you know? Here's the first pitch, and it's a strike on the outside corner.
That'd be appropriate. It'd be nice.
Yeah. He did a lot of the heavy lifting, or biggest majority of it, 5 2/3 innings of it on the mound for the Stars today. 0-1 count, the pitch, swing and a miss. Got him swinging out front of that one. 0-2 now to Mr. Russell. He's reached twice, singled and on an error. Pitch, popped up right side. Penland under it, and the ball game's over. A valiant effort here by the Siegel Stars. It didn't look good from the first inning. Down 4-0, then 5-0. But you can never count out the Stars. They're going to come up short here in their bid to make the state's Final Four. Falling here in spring fling to Independence by a final score of 8-6. Your Prentice Also Heating and Air postgame shows coming up in just a moment on State Farm Prep Sports.
Since 1966, Fans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. For friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard Heating and Air products, Fans will do it all. Sell you your choice of products and then install it with their factory-trained, experienced professional staff. In the unlikely event you need service, Fans will be there with trained technicians. Fans Heating and Air is located on Jayhawk Court. Call 615-893-7930. Fans Heating and Air.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
The large majority of our kids are involved in athletics or extracurricular activities, one or the other, and most are doing multiple activities.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
And that's a great preparation for life. How many of us in our life are just doing one thing? So a well-rounded student is a huge deal.
Invest in your child's future in a Christ-centered environment with many athletic and extracurricular choices.
Without a doubt, our students have the opportunity to be involved in multiple activities.
To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
Genesee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Here's Dr. Russell McKissick with TOA.
We have a passion here for taking care of our athletes here in Rutherford County. We really do our best to take care of them.
Experts in joint, bones, and muscles.
Many years we've been taking care of athletes around here, and we've just picked up where Dr. John started, and we just keep going.
TOA has a playbook that gets you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. TOA, live your best life.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Welcome back to Siegel High School. Sorry the news isn't better. It was really a fun game. Lots of ebbs and flows. And, you know, you get down and you're pretty disappointed after the first inning. And then the second inning, they tack on another run. But bottom of the second, get 4, get right back in it. Battle back to take a lead. It was a really good ball game. 2 really good ball clubs here this afternoon. But unfortunately for us, the wrong team won. But we were Siegel all the way here. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show here for you now. Time for that. And Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, whether it's cooling, heating, We're going to need a lot of cooling here this summer, feels like. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air services all major brands, even oftentimes offering same-day service. Their team of Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, well, they're here to keep your home or business comfortable year-round. 615-890-1311. PrenticeAllsup.com online. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air. Trusted comfort for Rutherford County on West College Street. Well, John, I know Siegel's disappointed. We're all disappointed, but, you know, they always seem to get here in these tournament situations year after year. And, you know, this year didn't win the district. They won the regular season, didn't win the tournament. Finished, you know, runner-up in the region tournament. Had to go on the road to Bradley Central and play 3 different days down at Bradley Central, or 2 different days. Won the 2 games to get to the state tournament. It's just something else to think that in baseball, of the 8 teams, 2 from Rutherford County and Blackman and Siegel. Siegel making it to the final 6, but falling today 8-6. Thoughts on the Dr. Automotive player of the game?
Well, I think for Siegel tonight, let's see. Jackson Barrett, 2 for 3. Had a run scored, an RBI, and also pitched 5 2/3 innings. So it wasn't what he wanted, you know, in the first inning. And the second inning, he got five runs. But after that, he pretty much shut him down until he just ran out of gas and went 5 2/3 innings. But he also went 2 for 3. So
I know I've mentioned this several times during the broadcast, but it's just amazing to me that he threw 1/3 of his pitches in the first inning.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So that shows how long that first inning was. But, you know, credit to Craig Revis for saying, you know, Jackson, I believe in you. And he went out there and he gave him some good innings.
Well, he got 8 in a row very quickly. And that cut that pitch count down where he was able to get into the 6th inning before he just really – probably he was only supposed to, I think, pitch about 85 pitches.
Yeah.
So he pitched 91 or 92. So that was kind of the thing. But he pitched well.
Well, that is a look here at your Dr. Automotive players of the game. Your trusted local shop for top quality auto repair is Dr. Automotive, specializing in foreign and domestic vehicles. I mean, it really doesn't matter where they come from. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, they take care of them all. ASC certified and master mechanics on staff, brothers Danny and Randy Brewer and their whole team are fully equipped to handle your vehicle repair and maintenance needs on Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna and online at autorepairsmyrna.com. Craig's Tax Service keys to the game. John, had it been, you know, a 5-0 win, it would have been the first inning. But that was not the case. I mentioned that this game had lots of ups and downs, but I guess it has to be the top of the 7th that was really the deciding factor.
Well, I think so, but also I think it was we got the lead 6-5, and then immediately Independence came back and tied it. And I thought that was a big factor. And then they added on the 2 in the 7th, and relief pitcher William Haskins did a really good job, 2 1/3 innings, and didn't give up a run, so he kind of shut him down. And had some runners on, but he was able to shut the door.
Dr. Automotive, player of the game, now your Craig's Tax Service keys to the game. Our friends at Craig's Tax Service want to remind you that if you have not done your taxes, you're still okay, because the tax deadline was extended in Tennessee to November, and they can certainly help you out with personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. And, you know, if you went through it this year and said, I don't want to ever do this again, well, talk to Craig's Tax Service. 890-2233, Craig'sTaxService.com. Here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show, it's time to get the final tallies. John's got to look at all of those, and then we'll kind of tell you what is ahead for tomorrow and our spring fling broadcast plans.
All right, for Independence, their player of the game was Carter Cumming, the catcher. He was 3 for 4, and he scored 2 runs. Lucas Penland, 1 for 4. Caleb Carpenter, 1 for 4. Cross Lawhun was 2 for 2. and 1 for 4 for Skolaski. Reed, the bottom of the order, did quite well. 1 for 3 for Hunter Reed, and Drew Manship 1 for 4, and he had that big single on RBI to give them the lead in the 7th inning. For Siegel, Drew Hostetler 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Tristan Thornton 1 for 4 with a run scored. Trey Baker 1 for 4 today. He had a single and an RBI. Jack Pensick 1 for 2 with a run scored. Ryan Russell 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Jackson Barrett 2 for 3 with a run scored. He also drove in a run. Shalyn Patterson 0 for 2, but he did score a run and he walked. And Duggan was 0 for 3, and Jackson Zeltner 0 for 3 for the Stars. The pitching lineup for Independence, Giddens went 1 2/3 inning, 4 runs. He was exited early. 2 hits, no strikeouts. He walked 2. Hargrove, 3 1/3, 2 runs, 3 hits, and he struck out 2. And then Haskins came in 2 1/3 innings, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 strikeout. For Siegel, Jackson Barrett, 5 2/3 innings, 6 runs, 5 earned, 9 hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Patterson, 1 1/3 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 3 walks. And that's a look at your stats. They're brought to you by by Fans Heating and Air, Winners Trophies, and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates.
Okay. Well, John, we are down to, we started spring fling with 3 baseball teams and 2 softball teams. And now we're down to 1 softball team and 1 baseball team.
Down in the little town of Eagleville.
That's right. Eagleville, who played East Robertson, John, Wednesday to start the tournament and beat them 12-2, put them in the losers bracket. Well, East Robertson has found themselves through the losers bracket and a rematch tomorrow at 2 o'clock at Eagleville with a trip to the state tournament championship game on the line in single A in baseball. So that'll be at 2 o'clock tomorrow. The if game would be at 4:30. East Robertson would have to beat Eagleville twice on their home field. Pretty tough. But if they were to win that, Eagleville, they would play on Saturday at 11 a.m. at Middle Tennessee Christian School, going for their 4th state title. So we'll see what happens there. On the other side of the bracket, it's Coalfield and McKenzie. And both of those teams, McKenzie would have to beat Coalfield twice. Now, softball, Eagleville. They will play tomorrow in the state title game over at MTSU at 3 o'clock. And it is against Hollow Rock Brewston. Hollow Rock Brewston, John, was a winner pretty impressively over Gordonsville, had to beat Gordonsville twice and did so. And everybody thought Gordonsville was going to be untouchable. And they scored 21 runs in the first game, and it's like, well, maybe they are. Then they beat Hollow Rock Brewston 6-0 to put them in the losers bracket. But then Hollow Rock Brewston came back and beat them 12-5 and 10-5 to get to the title game. Eagleville's road has been much easier, honestly. A 10-0 win over North Green, a 13-1 win over Joe Burns, and then beat Joe Burns 11-1. So this will be their 4th game. So we'll see what happens tomorrow at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock at MTSU at the softball field. And our 2nd year in a row to be able to do a championship game from MTSU's beautiful softball complex. So about 2:45 or so, we'll go on the air and have that game for you. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll follow Eagleville on Saturday to wrap up our spring sports coverage and the 24-25 season. So that's a look ahead at what we've got coming up on your Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard and schedule. And I guess, we've got a chance to get home before the sun sets.
Probably not. You'll run into somebody.
Well, maybe so. You never know.
Another 15 minutes to pack up. Then, well, never mind. Too complicated.
Well, it's been a long day for us, but it's also been a long day for Connor Hayes back at the station. He had our first broadcast this morning at 10 and Spring Fling HQ today. So I want to thank Connor back at the station as well. And I hope you've enjoyed our coverage all week. It's spring fling is always hectic, but it's always a good week, and we feel like we're doing some good work here for the folks. So join us tomorrow, Eagleville and Hollow Rock Brewston in the softball championship game. For John Dinkins and Connor Hayes, I'm Brian Barrett. We say so long until the next time we meet at the game.